All right, guys, what is going on? It's me, JPlace. I'm back today with a different video than what I've been uploading lately. I know I've been doing a lot of, well, I guess it is still tier list, but this is more of just me kind of talking about like what I think is going to come in the future, like what we can expect coming up, because Pokemon Day is coming at the end of the month. There's a lot of talks about rumors about what's happening, and then obviously I was just looking around trying to find a good, like, interactive way to talk about it, and I found this tier list that has a bunch of concept ideas for what we possibly could get. So I want to go through it with you guys really quick, and let's get right into it. So first off, let me rename this. Not okay. Not happening. Unlikely. Not for a while. Makes sense. In my hopeful pick. So I'll just explain these very quickly. Probably don't need to, but not happening is in like I don't think this will happen at all. Uh, Unlikely is it's just I don't see it happening, but it could. And then not for a while is I see it happening, but not for any time soon. Makes sense as it would make sense if that's what happens. Very likely is what I think is the most, like what we will probably end up seeing at the end of the month. And then my hopeful pick is what obviously I would choose if I could. So let's get right into this. So immediately we've already gotten the remakes to these, so it's just not gonna happen. I really just don't think so. And I mean, guess I could put this in unlikely. Maybe say another 10, 15 years down the road, we get like a Let's Go Platinum. So I'll just put that there for the heck of it. Like, I think we can all agree, not gonna happen. And then immediately, Pokemon Z, so continuation of X and Y. It makes sense to me, but obviously, I think the most probable thing that's going to happen, say this year and next year, is going to be probably Johto or Unova, and not in either order. Like, I don't know which one will come first. Maybe we'll get 2 games in 1 year, like we did with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in Let's Go. I mean, not Let's Go, Jesus. Legends Arceus. But to me, those make sense. Oh, this is the one I wanted to do. Unlikely. Legends Rayquaza. That's just, I know that might be hard to see, but that says Legends Rayquaza, however you pronounce it. That's just unlikely to me. These two, I just don't see them happening. And then Pokemon Z, I see that as very possible, but just not in the conversation for a good at least 5-6 years out. So now this gets into what makes sense and then what is my personal preference. So immediately, these make a lot of sense to me. I'm sorry, these make sense. And then this is what I think is very likely. I think that we're probably, the way that they've done it is they try to remaster the things that have come way before. So if you think about it, right before we got Sword and Shield, we actually got Let's Go. And if we think to a long time ago, what was the order of games? So it went red and blue, yellow, then it went gold and silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, and then I might be wrong on this. And then it either went emerald or it went leaf green, fire red, leaf green, emerald. Either or, but so basically they did end up remastering Gen 1 back in Gen 2. Right? And then what happened after that? Gen 4. So if we look at that pattern, right after we got Ultra Sun, no, not Ultra Sun and Moon. Right after we got X and Y, we got the remakes of Gen 3. Yeah, Omega, Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. Sorry. A lot of games getting thrown out that I'm trying to go off of memory. So if you think about that, then to me it's like, okay, so right after that, so they did that because the timeline makes sense. So the next games that they're going to remake would be Gen 4. Yes, but what also was remastered in the Gen 3 period? The original remakes of Gen 1. And what did we actually end up getting next? We got Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So following that, then we got a new generation to kind of break it up. And then what happened after we got Gen 8? We got the Gen 4 follow-up. So that's when we got, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and we also got Legends Arceus. So to me, coming up, we now have gone into Gen 9. So that means the two next games that are due for remakes, because what were the two games of Gen 4? We had Gen 4 games, and then we had the remakes of Johto. So actually, we're going to probably, before we even get Unova, because those are the next two. We have Johto remakes, and then we have the Unova revisits or remakes, whatever you're going to call them. So to me, the most likely is this year we are going to get Johto, because that's the generation we haven't gotten anything from in the longest time. So to me, I really think we're probably going to get something along the lines of this. Maybe not exactly Let's Go's, but maybe like, I don't know. I guess not faithful remakes, but something like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So who knows? Maybe it'll be like Clear Crystal or something. Who knows? Something goofy. I'm just spitballing at random ideas. But so to me, it's very possible that we see one of these two, or maybe even a combination of the two this year, because that's coming up. And then obviously, I'm sorry. And then for me, my hopeful pick is we get either like a continuation of Black and White, so we get Black and White 3. And then my absolute favorite pick would be a Legends Kyurem, because we all know the unexplored story of the original dragon, because we all, from Black and White 2, we all saw how Kyurem was like the empty hull from an original dragon. And obviously Reshiram and Zekrom are like the two halves that split off of the hull. So we know what each of the two mixing with the hull makes. So we get Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. And we know how cool and powerful that was, but we still have yet to see the original dragon. So to me, Legends Kyurem would be an awesome way to... Not only did I love like the gameplay loops and just the overall like experience from Legends Arceus, but it was just like, to me, Gen 5 is one of my favorite gens. Not because of the Pokemon. Like, I would say Gen 4 and Gen 3 are definitely better for like overall Pokemon designs, but I don't know. I just remember playing those games because I was starting to get like more mature. I was probably around like 13, 14, I want to say. I might be wrong. I don't know. I've got my time all mixed up. But besides the point, like, that was the first protagonist that we had that were older. The stories were definitely more of like an actual story and just kind of serious. And it was, I loved N, I loved Getsus, I loved all of it, honestly. So to me, I feel like they really could, reach back into that solid storyline, that solid atmosphere, and just really create something special. I feel like that will rekindle a lot of people's passion for Gen 5, because I know it's kind of controversial. Like, I feel like some people absolutely love it because they played the story through and through and they love the story. And then some people hate it just because they see some glaringly bad Pokemon designs and just blame the generation for it. So, but besides the point, I kind of rambled on there. To me, this was what makes sense for what's going on. So, any sort of Gen 4 stuff, don't think it's happening. Any sort of revisit back to Gen 3, I can't see that anytime soon. A Pokemon Z, so some sort of follow-up to the X and Y story, I think it's likely. I really do, but it's just not in the timeline of any time recent, so not for a while. And then, obviously, Colossal White Titanic. Colossal Black, Titanic White, to me, is like a Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl versions of Black and White, so those make sense to happen. But I do think more likely we're going to get Johto this year, so hopefully we get 2 games like we did with Sinnoh, and we get like perfect cases would be we would get, the Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Pichu and Let's Go Togepi, and then we get like a Legend Celebi, which would make sense because Celebi is the time travel on Pokemon, and maybe they can even like funnel it into the paradox of like Scarlet and Violet and kind of maybe dig into that storyline as well and kind of make sense to that. But so that's my likely picks, and then obviously I love Gen 5, so my hopeful picks is we see a Legends Kyurem game and some good remakes, a lot better than Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, a Black and White, or a continuation, like kind of with that sprite design. Either way, I'm gonna be happy with any of it because I love Johto and I love Unova. And I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe we get ultra surprised and just get another DLC for Gen 9. I wouldn't be like ecstatic about it, but I wouldn't be mad at it either. I've liked those games too, other than the performance issues. Those are kind of crappy. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Kind of gone on for a while. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys. Let me know down below if you have any comments at all. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think I have it pretty spot on here? Do you have any theories that you want to bring up? If you guys give me a bunch of theories, I'm more than happy to make a video talking about them. Just drop them down in the comments. But other than that, I think I'm gonna head out. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. It's been me, Jay Place. Peace.